Well, I thought I'd just do a video response to Bill Buchanan. So you guys can pause this and read, yada yada. I'm just going to record around and respond. Way too much to type. As he would say, it's just too much. But first he called me a coward. Hey, that's whatever, you know. I serve my country. Call me a coward, really? He didn't serve his country. And then he says that my threats have been reported to law enforcement. It's really funny because I haven't made any threats to anybody, so I'm not sure what they're actually reporting. And he calls me sleazy, got a rap sheet. Well, I don't have a rap sheet. And so we'll get to his number one point here. It says you take rent money from a ballet teacher newly arrived to town, now a respected citizen, with babies and a husband suffering from a brain injury, then claim that you do not know them and that they are squatting. You get them thrown out into the street. The cops did confront you and recover some of the money according to the police report. Is it possible to get more low-life than that? Are there courses you can take to in sleaze to get that? Okay, so what really happened is this ballet teacher, her name is Sky Marie McDonald, and she started scamming me in Florida. She wanted to rent a room for like a month. Why she opened up a dance studio. And so it was all good. And so when she got here, it wasn't good because it was only supposed to be her. So she showed up with her husband, who left her shortly after she got here, and with 2 kids, a dog, and a rat. And none of that was authorized. And so I could have turned them away at that time, but I didn't. So this was a fully furnished apartment. Everything was included, down to the bath towels, washcloths, everything. Everything in the kitchen. It was all provided to her just for the cost of the rent. And so I went ahead and let him move in because they had drove all the way from Florida. And the first month, Bill, they didn't pay rent. And so I called, and they wouldn't pay rent. And so I just abandoned the lease. No one got kicked out on the street. She remained there for 2 more years in my apartment with all my stuff. All furniture, everything, beds, dressers, Bill, all that was left. So I don't know where you're getting the information from, but it's not correct at all. And so the police did not recover any money from me. She paid me the first months of her rent after the fact, and I deducted her electricity bill, which she was responsible for, that was in my name. And there's no crime was committed, Bill. So I don't really know where you get your information from. And so I guess that covers Sky Marie McDonald. On number 1. It looks like we'll have to bring her up again. And then you talk about me dressing in cheesy neo-Nazi outfits and I prance around town hoping to intimidate anybody. I would like to see any proof of me prancing around town doing anything. I very seldom leave my house. So I'm kind of curious. I'd like to see some proof of that. Take video. I mean, we can all video. We all have smartphones. So I'd like to see some video of me prancing around in neo-Nazi outfit. I don't even know what a neo-Nazi outfit is. Does a person need like jack boots and everything? Well, I ain't got that shit, dude. And then you say, number 3, I creeped on some house and peer in the windows and try to intimidate people. Well, I was asked by the landowner if we could get all the meth heads off his property, because at that point he had left his property and was living in a hotel room because he was too scared to go back to his house. So he gave me permission to be on the property, and we went on the property, and we encouraged all the meth heads to leave that property. And once they did, we returned with giant dumpsters. We cleaned up all their trash, dirty needles, their piles of shit where they're just shitting all over outside. And so we took care of it all so that the landowner could actually move back onto his property and feel safe. So no crimes have been committed still with all these on number 1, 2, and 3. So number 4, you said I misled a church and I stole documents. I would really like to see actual proof that ever happened. And what I did do at the church was prove where the last of the $10,000 from the Checo Bar Fund money that I was responsible for went. And so when it came down to it, guess what? Sky Marie McDonald's name popped back up, wanting almost $3,000 of that. And she wanted that for her loss of business. And let me tell you, you can get this information from her old board that she had, that when the Checo Bar fire came around, she canceled all her classes and didn't refund anybody money. And she stole all that money from the paying customers that she had. And so, I don't know, I guess that's all right with you. It's not with me, but that's actually what happened. You can go to the old board members and ask them, Bill. If you want the truth, you got to search farther than your Facebook group. Really, you do. So, I don't really know what else to tell you, Bill. It was too much for me to type, so I did a video comment for you. That's what you get, dude. And, you know, I don't know what else to tell you. Look up the truth. If you have proof of me committing any crimes, I'd really like to see that. I'm sure law enforcement officers would like to see it as well, because they're not coming to my house. They're not accusing me of committing any crimes. So anybody can make a police report, Bill, and you can say anything you want. I can call and make one on you tomorrow and just make up bullshit like you make up about me. And so I don't know what it's going to get us, but we can each do it, and you can just claim, well, hell, you got a rap sheet. Really? No, I don't. There's no crimes committed. So there's your update, Bill. I'm too lazy to type. Fuck you. You're a loser and you're a douchebag. And that's all I got.